We are live now?
Yes, I need to get the chat up so I can see if people ask questions. This is the first chill and chat where I chose to take people that don't necessarily know each other to see how uh, it will work.
One second.
Hello, Gamerlight! Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we have I think we have your editor in the chat.
what?
Gamer, that's Deathlight.
Oh, Deathlight. Hi, Death. One second, I need to get it up myself. So
Hello, person.
I can help you.
Helpy welpy. So, new chill and chat. We have AeonOfDreams, we have Midnight29, and we have Filmshot. Filmshot will sadly be a little bit delayed because of work, but I will let the others introduce themselves.
Hello. I guess I'll go first.
Go for it.
Oh, okay. Hello, dearies. I am Aeon. I was here last week, but it was a lot of fun, so I came back. Again. Hello.
And I'm Midnight29, the wolf of Pony and Wolf Productions. I narrate stories and stuff, and sometimes sing on my other channel. But yes, I do that stuffies.
And link to their social medias or YouTubes are in description below, as always. Yeah, Filmshot, he will be describing himself when he arrives. And since we don't have Filmshot yet, I think I'm gonna wait with the... you are not stuck in the basement. Death.
Of course he's not. No. We keep our editors well fed and healthy.
That doesn't deny if you keep him in the basement or not.
We keep our editors fed and healthy.
Ofta. So, a tweet I have seen going around on Twitter recently has been something to do with one of the songs from Ice Age. Let me see if I can fish it up again. It's basically about since the year 2020 has been, well, year 2020. A person recommended that we all, what's it called? That we all are joining in a giant collab where everybody's just filming or recording themselves singing some part of the song and basically making it into a giant collab on Twitter where everybody at the same day points it out. Was it that one? No, it's not that one. Sorry, I should have found this before we started the stream.
Yeah, it's okay, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. Poop.
Oh, we have a question.
We have a question. Noah, question for Aeon. What is your favorite Christmas song and Disney song? Ooh.
Yeah, I'll answer this, and then I actually have to step away to take a medicine I forgot about. But it'll help me be a more lively conversation partner. But okay, favorite Christmas song. Okay, the only song that comes to my head is it technically is, but technically isn't one. Because it's a Christmas song that was written in such a style that it means something somewhat fundamentally different and is meant to come off more as a dark lullaby. It was Bastile's Tuning Out. However, I do like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra's work. Most of any Christmas songs by Straight No Chaser and um, and Mannheim Steamroller songs. And if you're wondering what song in particular, I just mean sort of in general. I tend to be more attracted to particular bands when it comes to Christmas music than the Christmas songs in and of themselves. But Carol of the Bells is one that I rather enjoy as a song. Um, I suppose for Disney song, this is somewhat difficult. I need to remember my Disney stuff well enough.
Then in the meanwhile, I would say boop back to Final Sight, and thank you, Frasier, for hosting.
Yay!
I don't remember the name of this song. It was one of the main songs from Treasure Planet. I remember that. Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride is also up there. I suppose I can put Circle of Life on there. I do enjoy that one too.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry to give you like 3 answers, but I'm not really one to do rankings very well.
That's fair.
I'm a very mood-based individual.
Yeah, that's. I think that goes for a lot of people, so don't feel bad about that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go and take your medicine, and we can keep the stream occupied. So take your time.
Thank you. Be right back.
Yeah. So Deathlight says his favorite is "I'm Still Here" from Treasure Planet. That is a good one.
That is a good one. That's a very feely one.
Yeah, that's like your own emotional growth and stuffies. I'm trying not to therapy here. What are your what are you two favorites? What are yours two favorites?
For Christmas song, I'm not entirely sure. It really depends on the mood I'm in and whether or not it's classics. If it's classics for us, anyway, it would have to be "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree"
and a Christmas holiday.
Exactamundo. That's just a fun one, and often we listen to that while we're putting up the Christmas tree and the decorations. So that's always nice. As for Disney song, that's difficult because again, it depends what movies I've listened to recently, and what mood I'm in. Because if I'm in a relatively sad mood, then I would prefer the sad ones. But
okay, depending on the mood you're in right now, what would be your favorite?
I'm gonna be very sad, but Frozen 2. The not an Into the Unknown one, because I've actually gotten a bit bored of that one recently. It's the other one. It's how does it go? Shoot, that's really annoying me. I'm gonna have to look it up now because I can't remember.
Yeah, I just one of those songs from that movie. I finally watched it, by the way. Is when Kristoff is lost in the woods, and I'm just like, this is the biggest meme and joke type of song that has real lyrics to it. I'm impressed, Disney. You did well.
Show Yourself. That's the one.
Oh yeah, the one when she's still in the castle. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Into the Unknown. That's the other one. Into the Unknown, not Show Yourself. I got those two mixed up for a second.
Ah.
So yeah. Into the Unknown. No, wait. I'm confused.
Okay. Into the Unknown is
it's the one where she's in the castle.
No, Show Yourself is no wait. I'm not sure. It's one of them.
It's the one where she finds Atahalan. That's the one.
Yeah, when she's riding on the Kelpie water spirit horsey.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
That's the song I've been really into recently.
Oh,
partly because I'm imagining Midnight singing it as her discovering her power as the fifth, and all of the five up together with their power, and then they all have thrones, and I have this whole thing in my head whenever I sing it.
Yeah, so probably getting a cover of that in some future. Hmm?
If I can find a good backing track, yes, possibly.
Welcome back, Aeon.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, I
no,
take it you're talking about.
Sorry.
I take it now you're talking about mental music videos in
No,
addition to your answer.
actually, no. I just asked Midnight what were her favorites.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah. I know. I heard that part. I was saying what she was describing sounds like a mental music video, which I know most people I know do that.
yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. And it's very awkward when you realize you were actually doing the movements in the kitchen, and then your dad turns up behind you and you're asking what the hell you're doing.
Oofda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
For myself, I when it comes to Christmas songs, guess I'm boring because one of my favorite Christmas songs is a Norwegian one, which is called "The Evening Before the Evening." It's basically singing about the 23rd of December, where a small family has gathered the firewood. They have got the smallest baby to sleep, and the mother is basically singing to her other children about the North Star and like why it's dark and why we have the lights and good food in the winter. But if I have to choose an English one, I think it would be Hey Bushy. I think that would be what's the name? I think it would be I'm Driving Home for Christmas because it's just a cozy fire by the fire type of song. And even if you don't have a singing voice, it's still something you can sing along with others.
I would agree. I would agree.
And yeah, again, Disney songs, that depends on my mood, just like with you guys. It can be everything from whatever song it is in Pocahontas, because I love Pocahontas, or it will be the Esmeralda song from Lord of the Notre Dame. Okay, I've watched too much Lord of the Rings. Um, or it
Oh,
would be one of the songs from Bambi 2, where there's it's called Life, I think.
admittedly, I haven't watched Bambi 2 in a long time.
Hmm.
I vaguely remember it. But you mean God Help the Outcasts for Esmeralda.
Yeah, Esmeralda.
That person.
Yes, it's one of the few uh, church songs, as I used to say it, that I actually like.
Hmm.
And I should probably write down these questions so that we can also ask Filmshot when he returns.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Well,
Weirdly,
yeah.
the one I love from Hunchback of Notre Dame is Hellfire.
Oof, though.
Just because of the dark and like what exactly is going on there, and it's like, but it's so operatic. It's like, this is good.
Okay, drinking buddy. Hey, nice to see you. Imagining art of Chris as a shield maiden and Aeon as a Viking warrior. Yeah, that
Could
could
be
work.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
I mean,
yeah.
and technically, you wouldn't need to change Midnight in that respect, because aren't wolves Norse, very Norsey as well?
Yeah, they're except for the two that Odin has, they are more on the evil side. But you go on the good side. That's okay. You can be my wolf.
your wolves
Okay.
are Freaky and Gary.
Yeah, you know, if I ever need to calm her down, I'm just like, here, chocolate milk.
Yeah, not steak, chocolate milk.
Yes.
That works. That works perfect.
Oh, that's the thing I want to ask you, Aeon. What would be your choice of weapon when it comes to Norse folks' weaponry?
Like a sort of pole arm because I used to actually practice with pole arms when I used to do martial arts more so than
Oh.
anything else. Not just because it's so Dinnick, but even before I did anything involving Odin, when I took martial arts. Now, granted, this was Japanese martial arts, not any sort of European forms. I used to use naginata quite a bit, which is, for those of you who don't know, imagine you stuck a katana blade on a 6-foot stick.
Nice.
Yes, I know that weapon. I've watched anime. That's my only interaction with that.
Well, that's fair.
It's they used to use it a lot more. A lot of art typically depicts women using them quite a bit because apparently the story behind it was it used to be a more common samurai weapon before they developed katanas, I think.
Yeah.
But then there was the Warring States period, and there was a bit of a problem where every time samurai of one state would leave, the samurai of a neighboring state would swoop in and try and like take their state. So they gave naginatas to the priests and the women and said, "Okay, I know it's not much, but this is better than nothing." So
That-
a lot of art you will if it's like really old, you'll see it with like with an old samurai warrior using one. But a little bit more recent art would sometimes have a lot of women using them because that is what they gave them whenever the samurai were away fighting someone else in case another tribe of samurai tried to invade them.
That's really cool. I'm guessing they were also trained in it at least a little bit.
A little bit, like it's one of those things where it's like you weren't expected to actually win the fight. It was just, hey, this is better than nothing. Die on your feet and live on your knees.
Still, pretty cool.
Bit of Warring States history. There we are.
Sorry, I'm just getting a misunderstanding from a friend that I'm just trying to clear it up. If you guys can just keep talking, and I'm gonna read the question
Sure.
first. If Chris,
Sure.
if Chris is the Shield Maiden and Aeon is the Viking warrior, what would make Moon the village elder storytelling, and Fiora the Jarl? Yeah, that will work. That will work, Rotvik. That will work.
I mean,
think so.
vaguely. I don't think a Viking warrior actually really fits my personality all that well.
No, you
But
would
I'll-
more be
I'll
a
take it.
cider. A cider, I think. Those are the ones that are both female and male, but they usually keep to one town.
Yeah, that would be way more. Yeah, that would fit me way better. I'm also way too used to the Icelandic pronunciation of the name.
Yeah, sorry. I'm basically like I'm not saying it in the old Norse way. I'm saying it in the current Norwegian way. So sorry.
No, don't apologize. That wasn't me like trying to correct you or anything. I'm just like it's interesting when you switch the languages, even though they're all referring to the same thing and have the same root, that they all say it a completely different way. I know
That's
my
language for you.
yeah, no, well, what's even funnier is that it was an ex-partner who lived in Iceland who said this, and Icelandic is well, they have the same root language as Norwegian because the first Icelandic people were from present-day Norway, but they now speak completely different languages. So for there they would pronounce it something more like seethe.
Yeah,
And also, she had a nasty habit of like correcting me all the time.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's like old OG witchcraft, or like you might say the original witches were seethe people.
Ooh.
And eventually that became what we would now today refer to as a witch. And the initial you might say character figure that represented that was some various forms of Freya.
Isn't that fairies, kinda?
No.
No. Okay. This is me trying to think. Do I know any of this?
No, you're good. Fairies are, I think in Irish Gaelic it's pronounced more like shie.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds right. That sounds right.
Well, fairies fill a similar role to elves or Alfar. Kind of, sort of. Like, I'm oversimplifying it a lot, but effectively they're kind of
What are you talking about right now?
elves and fairies.
Ah, yes. Which of them are we referring to? Maybe I can help.
No, I'm not referring to any one of them specifically. I'm specifically not specific. I'm glossing over them broadly, so I'm not really referring to any specific ones. I'm just saying that, like, in terms of like mythology, elves and fairies kind of have a pseudo similar role.
Mm.
They're not exactly interchangeable, but again, I'm speaking very, very broadly.
Yeah, elf and fairies are two different things, but a lot of people see them as the same thing, but they are two different things.
Yeah, because
That's what I'm
described
getting at,
everything.
yeah. They're usually given like similar roles, is what I mean. Like, in terms of, like, if you read a story about like what an elf is doing, they're not the same, but they're given similar roles and fill similar, you might say, story functions.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I think I was getting confused because Fae is another term as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
There is a Norse deity called Frey and his sister Freya.
It's actually his twin sister.
Yeah, well, sister.
Yeah, sorry.
That's still sister.
Yeah, sorry, I'm nitpicking. I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries.
Even then, it's like I'll hear like many things. I don't hear anything mentioning that they're twins, at least not identical twins. Although I do remember vaguely in their birth story that they mention that, or something like that. But yeah, they're considered brother and sister. And I remember Loki has a few words about that in Loki Senna.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I can dig out a little pony Viking I got from the last stream, since we are on the topic.
Pony
Oh, sure.
There you go.
Oh, that is adorable. That is so cute. You need to get a Viking helmet with your plushie of Flitterkriz. Flitterkriz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that is just so cute.
Yeah, but it's not gonna have horns because they didn't have horns. Ugh.
I know that.
No. It's something that I find. Sometimes it's like, okay, and sometimes it's just like they didn't have horns. There's only it's a documentation in, I think it was Denmark, where they actually had some very long horns on their horns, but that was mainly for, I think it was some kind of transport. So it's like,
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. I think I understand. But yeah, funnily enough, it is relatively commonly known, at least here, that they don't have horns on their helmets. But you can't deny they look cooler.
Well, they do look scarier, that's true.
That's true, yeah. Oh.
I made it.
Yay! Hello.
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 Darn, people get me annoying sometimes.
Tell me about it.
You know, I ordered online ahead of time, and turns out there was 3 others, and one was like a super large, like, catering order of like 20 subs. I'm like, oh no.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna be here a while.
You work in retail too?
No, I make explosive devices. That's my job.
What? That's what you do?
Just work at Skynet.
And before that, I was in charge of a prison.
Fun?
Yeah.
And in your spare time, you animate.
Yeah, my spare time, yeah. No, in my spare time, I do 3D animations and fix houses.
Fix houses?
I flip houses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay. I didn't forget. I misheard you.
Yeah, I would say, how could you forget? We never mentioned it before.
I should say I also just came off a shift as well.
Yeah, no,
So-
I don't work weekends.
I nearly always work weekends.
My day job isn't on the weekends, anyways.
So we have a question that came in earlier. What is your
Okay.
favorite Disney song, and what is your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Disney song and favorite Christmas song.
Yes. If you don't have an immediate favorite
Disney
Disney
song.
song, Disney song, you can just pick one depending on the mood you are in right now.
Oh, it's a wonderful world.
Dusk.
I guess that'd be it. I don't know if that's even Disney, but I don't really watch that stuff. So
Aeon, we
I'm
have
gonna
a
say
Dusky.
Wonderful World.
We have a
Yay!
Dusky.
We have a Dusky.
And for Christmas, it'll be the "It's the most wonderful time of the year."
Oh,
Yeah.
That
Ski.
one.
Hello.
We got Christmas carol singing.
Yeah, and
Oh. Shouldn't Thingy introduce himself?
oh yeah. I guess he already did, but introduce your online personality. I would then say, since you already introduced everything else.
Me?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Solar. Hello, Solar.
Well, online personality would be cheerful, happy, and very bombastic, and very random at the same time. I guess you could say it's the same thing as in person too. I kind of carry what I do in real life online too, so I'm the same on both sides of the fence.
That's good.
Try not to be different online. What was the other part?
Since we now have all the people in the chat, and we already heard Aeon's backstory in the last stream, so I will ask you in Midnight the backstory of your OCs and how did you end up with the design and species that you chose? And I guess you the shot can start.
I can start, yes. All right. Well, for the gray horse here, his name is Filmshot. The reason why I chose that name is because it was kind of fitting to have a director of an SFM thing to, well, get that name, shot of film. So, and the reason why he got the gray-blue color palette is because, well, being that I work in law enforcement, well, the blue line, the gray, it just kind of fit. And unicorn because it saves me on animation when it comes to using hose.
Fair. So, the backstory was like
The backstory was that he was born in Canterlot and decided to go and achieve his dream of providing entertainment to others.
Yeah, that's nice.
I really never wrote anything on that. That's just pretty much the gist of it.
Why? I am confused, Solar. Why are you currently in possession of pants? Shouldn't you be wearing your pants? I am confused.
Yeah, there's a lot going in the chat.
Where is my pants? I can't find my pants. It's like the perk in Fallout. Where are my pants? Every time you go to bed, you can't find them.
He's got his on. I do not.
Hey,
Well, I hope I
on.
have mine on. I just came from a public setting.
Yeah, if you went out in a public setting without your pants, I think the police would be like, "Whoa, hello."
It's okay.
I
I'm
am
just
the
at the
police.
public library.
Don't mind me. I'm just in the public library. This is how I read. I don't wear pants when I read. Hope you don't mind.
So Markiplier basically started a whole generation of "I don't wear my pants."
I know. Well, you can't see anything from the head down, so what's the point?
It depends. Well, it's not. It's worse if you're in America. It's not technically too bad because we have trousers in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
So
Wearing your
Different
dress there, laddie. Where is my table?
Unless you're one of those weird northerners like me, where we don't exactly care how much snow is on the ground or how cold it is. We'll just go out in shorts and a t-shirt all year round.
Oh, you're one of them. God, I hate seeing them people do that. You know you're gonna get sick, right? Nah, it ain't cold. It's -2 with a wind chill of -9.
You should
No,
not.
you-
You should not come to Norway then, because that's basically 80% of the Norwegian population, and they
I was
don't
gonna
get
say,
sick.
like, yeah, here's the thing is that we don't either. I think what a lot of those people miss is that, like, Oh, cool. Yeah, bundle up for the 2 seconds I'm outside, so I can spend the next 8 hours in a 100-degree factory. This is clearly good planning.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, and personally, I also do not do well with both very, very hot or cold. So, but at the same time, I understand because if you're used to that temperature, if you like grew up at a certain temperature, it's not going to be cold to you. Like you're used to it. Cold to you would be a lot cold. Would be freezing for me, if that makes any sense. So when I go to Norway, I will be bringing every single jumper I have and wearing them at once. But if I stayed there for a few months, I'd eventually stop wearing my jumpers as much.
Depends
I
on
got
when
used to
in
it.
Norway you are.
What about your area?
Yeah. If it's winter, I think you will keep it on unless we are inside.
Mm.
It's cold. And also, I rage in agreement with the angry Canadian because yes, -2 degrees is not cold at all. That's normal.
Okay, and I am
That
in
is not
agreement.
normal.
It is
I'm in
normal.
agreement with the. Oh,
Sorry.
I'm in agreement with the Canadian and the Norwegian as a New Englander, because how to put your -2 is probably barely 28 in terms of Fahrenheit, and I'm used to having. Remember one time I had a Valentine's Day that was like -30 in Celsius. Didn't care.
You can't see it, but my jaw is dropped. What?
Oh no, I
cold.
remember I worked at a tech place, and I remember it was let's see how much this is in Celsius for one moment. One sec.
Yeah, lucky
so-
SolarFlare. He possesses the heat resistance.
Hmm.
Yes. Oh no, yeah, you can easily get that because not easily get that. You have to acclimate to it, but the hottest I've ever been in Celsius was 50 degrees.
I had a near heat stroke at 40.
Oh, you are adorable.
I'm sorry, but
we were
40 is warm, but as long as I don't have a jacket, I'm fine. And have some water, I'm fine in 40. It's just like, nice.
Celsius or
Celsius.
we do Fahrenheit over here.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I had a umbrella with me at Galacon. Well, last year.
Hmm.
Because I needed to keep the sun off me because I was going to burn.
Yeah, your fair white skin.
I'm very Irish, apparently.
Yeah, the joke among if you're American and you have Irish descent is you can't get a tan.
This is true.
I can't.
No,
I can.
the place I got like 50-degree weather. I was in. We were in Las Vegas for HRPC, and in Fahrenheit that was like 123 degrees. Then again, Vegas is, if I'm not mistaken, in the middle of Death Valley, so exactly what you expect.
It's right next to Death Valley.
I was laughing that whole time, by the way.
No, yeah, it's dry heat, so you're actually fine. If you really want something brag-worthy, don't stay out of California, stay out of Death Valley, because it's only somewhat brag-worthy. What you really want to do is come to Texas during a heat wave, because it'll hit 50 degrees, but it will have like 100% humidity.
Ooh.
So it feels like about 200 degrees.
Yeah, and nothing will fix it either. Like none of it's allowed to leave your body because that's what humidity does. It like traps it onto your body. At that point, if you don't have air conditioning, you will get heat stroke.
Yeah, you're nice and moist all day. It's just wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm kind of tempted to ask, like, can I get your vectors, Solar, because you're kind of in the stream anyway. I'm just kidding, no worries. But we have Drinking Buddy said something that I don't really understand. Is I count 2 demons, 2 Vikings, 1 spider girl, 1 eldritch being, and a pony so far in this stream. Do you care to elaborate?
What?
Drinking Buddy typed in chat that he counts 2 demons, 2 Vikings, 1 spider girl, 1 eldritch being, and a pony so far in this stream. And I'm just like, what do you mean?
What? What am I? I'm confused.
What am I?
I understand the two.
Are you sure?
I think they're referring to
Two
the picture.
Vikings. Yes. Because, well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, the funny thing about did I actually keep that one in here? Because when I was planning to put up this stream, I actually had a very adorable little spider to join.
I can tell.
1 sec.
A spider. Where was it?
Ska vi se. Where did you go? I had you saved in here.
Bones is the spider girl. I'm not saying my relative is Cthulhu.
Ah, okay. You're referring to people in the chat stream. Okay, my bad. We had a question. Where did you go? Question.
You want me?
I found it. Duskflare is asking, what is your favorite con memories?
Ooh.
Film?
Easily.
Oh yeah, okay.
BronyCon 2017, day 1, first hour, nailed it.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
Oh, because BronyCon 2017 was the first convention that I've ever gone to. I've been part of the fandom ever since like 2013, 2014 era, but I never really done anything until 2017. So I decided to go to BronyCon that year. It's only 5 hours away from my house on the drive. And so my first day there, I'm like, I don't know no one. Some people online did, and the ones that really knew me weren't there. And so I'm like, what do I do? And so I came up to I was just gonna explore, and I came across the group of Arcadamian, Gedma, Yasho, and all of them, and their friends and all that. And I'm like, Argo? And he's like, yes. And it's like, oh, and hi. And then we talked for a while, and then one of them actually recognized me thanks to online chatting, and then we just kind of hung out from there. And ever since then, every convention I hang out with the SFM people. So yeah.
Oh, one thing. The Quill Shower, or I just call him Quill because I'm in a voice project with him. He says hello to Master Aeon and Pony and Wolf Productions. Waits eagerly for more FOE Homeland.
Oh. Hello to you too. Also, hello to Kayla and Dusk if I didn't say so earlier.
Yeah. That's nothing to do with me. But hello. Yes, Death is the one editing it. So I don't deal with Homelands, but yes. I think there's more coming. I haven't ask Visual, not me. I don't keep track of everything. I have to do my own stuff.
Yes, but you were about to say something?
Oh yeah, can I mention 2 moments? Because I can't really pick between the 2.
Sure.
So one was the first ever panel, like me and Visual held, where we met dear
No.
little Chris.
Oh boy.
And like, it was during I held a section part of it where it was voiced that character, and I had drawn a few terrible drawings.
They were not terrible.
I had drawn a few characters, and the idea was people could come up and give them a voice, see what voice would they give this character. Looking back, probably wasn't the best. Probably should have put some lines up for something, given them some lines to sort of at least encourage them. Chris came up and was spectacular. We ended up talking about her a lot afterwards, and we deliberately wanted to try and find her again. which we did, and later she became part of our family, which was amazing. But that was just really fun for me because I'd only been to one convention before that, which was Everfree, and I went on my own, and it was only at GalaCon that I realized that it's much funner going with people you know and meeting, like being in a group, and it was just good fun. Then I can't not mention my favorite con moments without mentioning the last year when Visual Pony proposed to me,
Yeah.
and it was awesome. It was just out of the blue, amazing, and the screams and the I just get giddy every time I watch that video. So yes, those would be my two favorite moments, and I can't really compete because I know it sounds weird that they're so close, but yeah, those are the two because they just hold a special part of my heart.
No. I'm trying not to run away, but thank you. Because I'm and what about you, Aeon?
Right. So I suppose because if I remember correctly, this happened on the same day at BronyCon 2019. I essentially had something of a date with Kayla because I was with her basically for most of the first half of that day, including we found probably the only uncrowded restaurant at the time in pretty much all the Inner Harbor area. I guess people just passed it, which because of that we wound up getting free drinks from the bar. Because the bartender wanted to know if she mixed it right, but obviously couldn't test it while she was on the clock. Before leaving, she said, "Oh yeah, we need to get water bottles," and she's like, "Hold on a minute," and then came back and just gave us 8 because so few people came in that she thought, "Why not?" A little bit more fun, and then later that day, at least I think later that day, I also met Duskflare in person. So that was a really good time. If those were two separate, I suppose I don't really care. It's those two for me. So my date time with Kayla and meeting Dusk.
No.
And, do you mind if we pass this on to Solar too?
Yeah, sure. If he wants to, I sadly don't have his a picture of his OC.
Yes, brother. We are interrogating you for information. You will capitulate to this.
What, this is
he
best con memories?
Yep.
Yeah.
Con memory.
Probably still also BronyCon 2019, which was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah, that was the last one. Essentially, it all culminated at the very last day. We had a friend of ours, a mutual friend, that actually rented out a suite in the hotel that we were staying at, and everybody pitched in. Like, yeah, a whole bunch of people pitched in, and we essentially just threw this huge party in there. Like, there was drinks, there were people playing card games on the table, there was a, what was it, Just Dance going on. I probably passed out like a good 2 or 3 times and then woke up and went back to partying. Because how late did we end up staying up?
I don't know. I had to leave in the middle of it, but
yeah, it was. I stayed till the very end, which was probably like 3 or 4 in the morning by the time that we got finished.
that was a fun night.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was, yeah, just everyone was having a great time. Everyone was super drunk. Everyone was having a blast.
Yeah, it was just. It sounded very frat party like, but like, you know.
That's pretty much what it was. It was a frat party.
Yeah, brony frat party.
Oh goodness.
That was a fun night though.
That was great.
Want to put your headphones back in so that you can hear it? Here. Okay.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. Blah. Okay. Stuffy in chat. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't prepare for having an extra person and just like, oh, a person I never thought would joined. Ah! So, social penguin noises. Okay.
Do you want me to explain my character?
Yeah, of course. That was the next thing. Thank you for reminding me. I'm sorry.
No
my
problem, no problem.
my brain kind of went like, "Bleh." Oh, thank you, Dusky. She saves me. She has the red pone. Blah, 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 blah.
I was
Yeah.
looking for that in the side, but Google didn't give me him. It just gave me some weird like past version of Evil Celestia, and I was kind of getting frustrated with that.
I mean, you could have just asked.
Oh, you had it on your phone?
Do I have images of myself on my phone?
I asked about it in a joking way. I'm sorry. I don't know how. I'm new to this type of thing. I don't know how to do this stuff. But thank you very much. I'm sorry. Thank
Don't
you.
apologize, Crits. You're fine.
It's all your fault, and I blame you.
Nay.
That was a joke, by the way. I don't actually blame you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you.
So, my character is Midnightwolf. She has a bit of a weird history. I'll start with how I created her. I created her because I saw all the pony OCs and none of them really stuck with me. So I decided, I saw Dr. Wolf, of course, and I was like, ooh, what about a wolf OC? And my favorite color is purple, so there became a purple wolf, and I wanted to add white to her, so she just sort of appeared in my brain. The headband is actually something related to my history with cancer. It's actually one that I wore for a long time while I was bald. So it just felt right that my OC would be wearing it too. I have yet to come up with a good reason of why. Also, in how it stays on her head, because someone pointed out to me technically that should fall off, but
Magic.
too late to change now. Yeah, I'm gonna say magic because when I met Visual Pony, we started role playing and things, and it's through that her entire backstory has sort of developed. At first, it was actually rewind. My other friend, Silver Starling, who's also a wolf, helped me develop her beginning. She's originally was a pony who was then transformed into a Lupin Incarni when someone wanted to pull a prank on the sisters. But then when Midnight didn't steal the elements of harmony, the prankster was like, okay, I'm going to pull a different prank. I'm going to turn you into a wolf forever. He didn't transform her into a wolf. He transformed her into a Lupin Incarni, which is a magic wolf. And then Midnight lived out her life, and turns out she is now a Lupin Incarni, a magical wolf created by the which goes on to the RP, the five, which are 5 beings who embody different elements of the creation. And now, through a lot of RP, which I'm not going to spoil, but some of it I will spoil a little bit, she becomes very powerful, but also very, very, very stupid with that power. And eventually has puppies with green script, which is visuals OC. And one of which Chris voices in the RP.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up
Rosalia.
a picture of her.
She's adorable. And actually, Chris has a plushie of Rosalia, which I think is amazing. There she is. Oh, that's big.
Yeah, I'm working on it. And her little Francis.
And her little Francis.
Francis is a Frobbit. He is a bunny rabbit.
He's a rabbit frog.
He's a bunny rabbit. He's-
Wait. Why do I recognize that, OC?
He does
Wait.
look familiar.
Which
It's
one?
cute.
The picture in the chat.
Huh?
Yeah.
Not in that chat, in Discord chat.
Ah, yeah.
In call chat.
Ah, that's the proper Stuffy Wuffy. Thank you.
Yeah,
Is it
That's why I
okay?
tagged you.
Yeah, is it okay that I save it, SolarFlare?
Oh yeah, no, he gave it to me so I can hand it to you to put in the
Ah,
thing.
okay. I just want to ask because I don't want to be one of those people who just steals picture of other people's OCs and stuff. I think that's very rude, to be honest. I'm
Oh.
bad. I'm sorry.
I'm just
Stop
gonna take this
apologizing,
picture
you're
I
doing
just found on
fine.
the
You're doing
internet and stored
great.
in my little
Good.
folder. Not creepy at all. No. Not creepy. Label the folder fanboy folder.
Where do I know
Okay.
that OC from? I'm trying to pinpoint
He
it,
looks
and I
very
can't.
familiar.
Lightning Bliss's videos, he is one of her guardsmen.
Yes. Danke. Yes, that makes sense.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Found you. So let me show. Where
he's smarter than
does
me.
he fit in? Well, he can also be interviewed, so we're putting him
On top of
there.
Aeon.
Well, I'm gonna move him so it's behind Aeon. There you go. Now we're interviewing both of them.
Did you put it from the microphone? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this. It's gonna be perfect. Let me just explain all the things that are going on around me.
So we're gonna put a tiny solar flare on top
no,
of
it's like
Aeon.
Among Us.
Yeah,
It's okay. I have a matching Aeon to put on top of Solar, so that brother is equally hatted by the other brother
yes.
in 1 second.
Oh, that's adorable.
There you go.
And you are.
So
Yeah,
Brother
you
can
got
now
that
have
one.
a hat of brother.
Ah,
Oh, she's already got it. Okay, cool.
that is
Uh,
I'm not the imposter, I swear. That's not
okay.
a knife, it's part of my tail.
I swear. So that was most of the backstory, and you already told why you ended up with a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, super.
Basically, Blink Dr. Wolf.
Yeah,
I
okay.
blame Dr. Wolf. Every
Uh,
wolf-like character just blame him.
Yeah, ska vi se. We have a question from Quill. Question to Master Aeon.
Okay.
If somebody offers you a part in a collab that pays or will pay, would you take it? The part I have or I heard is King of Darkness.
I'm intrigued by the idea.
Yes.
Enough to hear more.
Yeah, I know what project he's referring to, so if you feel comfortable, I can put you two up in a private DM and you guys can talk it out.
Yeah, we can definitely sort that out later.
Yeah, super. I will note that.
I'll definitely think about it. I'm sort of sleepy right now, but yes.
Yeah, I will remind you later. Hopefully I don't forget it. But then I think Will remind me. Ska vi se.
Coffee. Delicious.
This. I don't drink coffee, but okay.
Well,
Hot
latte.
chocolate. Delicious.
Yes. Made with milk or water. Answer correctly. You have 5 seconds to answer.
Wait, what am I answering?
Do you use milk or water to make your hot chocolate?
Depends what mood I'm in. If I want hot chocolate now, I'll go for the hot water, which is usually quicker. But if I have time and I just want to like snuggle up with some good YouTube videos and just chill out, or if I'm up in the family holiday home, with the fire. I'll definitely make it with milk then. But I always try and find marshmallows if I can.
This answer is satisfiable.
Film shots
I was gonna
approved.
say, I was gonna be like, you use water at one instance. It's like, nah, not good enough. And like, yeah, it's only one tiny instance in an emergency situation. I'll take the answer for that. Always milk. Makes it nice and creamy.
We have a question. Question for everyone. What do you think is the best background pony like Derpy or Vinyl Scratch. So I think what he's actually asking, what is your favorite background pony?
Applejack.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
A vintage meme, I see.
Yeah. I am old.
Hmm.
Well, mine would be the 3 Daisy Girls because they're so overdramatic.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
horror.
right.
The horror!
A flower's broken. Ah.
The horror! The body stampede!
It reminds me of work about how overdramatic on the tiniest things people are.
Ah.
That's why, yep, I like that. I guess my second would be Octavia because I love elegance.
Fair. SolarFlare, do you have a favorite background pony?
Do you have a favorite?
Bless
I'm
you.
sorry, I don't pay attention to the background ponies. No one knows who they are.
God, it's been actual years since I've watched the show, so
Wow.
to do some thinking on that one.
Okay.
I
Aeon?
really wanted to go for the meme and say Applejack, but I'm not going to be that guy.
We already
I already
got
said
that
it.
guy.
I'm already that guy.
So it wasn't just me.
Yeah, I've already said
No.
it.
I'm still thinking about it too, but because I get the feeling when I say it, I'm either gonna mess it up or I'm gonna remember the one I actually like the most.
Well, then say
So,
it and change it afterwards.
No take backs.
I actually like Tree Hugger.
Ah.
The hippie horse.
Yeah, unless by background you mean like only exists in the background and never really had the spotlight.
Well, every one of them had an entire episode dedicated to them, so they all had. The
I know they had an
spotlight.
episode, but like, it wasn't. That was more like sort of a silly, facetious one rather than like it's more in focus. Those are the ones that everyone knows. I do like Vinyl Scratch too.
I mean, to be fair, Vinyl Scratch is a pretty big fan favorite.
Yeah, remember when there was an argument about what color her eyes were
Yep.
back in like
She's a
2012?
vampire.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah, they thought they were red because she was a vampire. But
I mean,
turns out,
yeah,
oh no.
yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah.
Then they showed it at the end of the season 2 finale, but you had to squint and look real close to see it.
And you're
That
like,
freeze frame
nah.
shot where you could finally see Phineas's head from the front, but you had to like pause it at just the right moment.
I mean, it wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily a freeze frame moment. It was like right at the very end of a Canterlot wedding, like literally
You
the
had to really look for it.
second after Pinky throws Twilight the microphone. You can see her lift up her glasses, and you can actually see what her eyes look like. And then she closes them. But I mean, you have like a good 2 to 3 seconds to catch it if you're looking for it specifically.
Yeah. I guess another
They
background
were
party would.
magenta, I believe.
Yeah, sorry, his headphones aren't plugged in, so
Yeah.
I'm also experiencing latency because there's like a good 5 seconds in between the questions being asked and him answering.
that's because you're on mobile. Are you connected to Wi-Fi?
No, that's because I'm not in the call like you are.
Well, I don't have your Discord. And I
Oh, wait,
didn't
wait.
plan this. Wah.
There is one
Can
horse.
I add him to the call?
Yeah.
All right, one sec.
Okay,
Solar.
I just want to clarify this for the chat. I normally don't just randomly add people to this type of streams. With these streams, I always try to make sure for everyone included that it is okay that another person is joining so that people can feel safe in this type of streams. Like in comparison to my Dr. Chris streams where people can just jump in and out as they want to. Just so you know.
Chris streams.
Huh?
Yeah, no, I didn't know you did another stream group for
Yeah.
Dr. Crits or
Yeah, Dr. Chris is basically just anybody and everybody can join if they are in the server that I'm streaming from. But with this chill-in chat, I'm trying to keep it into small groups. One, so that people can feel safe in the group, and two, so that I don't if needed, I can like, okay, people, let people talk or something. It's just that I want to be able to handle the responsibility. Also, we got questions further up in the chat that I forgot to answer. I'm so sorry. Where is it? It was a question to me actually. So, oops.
While you're looking for that, I guess another background pony that everybody probably forgot by now, who's way in the background, Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle! Hey.
Oh, by the way, see you, Dusky, and have a good day. Love you.
Bye, Dusky.
Personally, I like Dinky.
Dinky Doo.
Yeah, because I don't know, she added a whole other layer to Derpy, and I like how people sort of took Derpy as being a mother. It have developed her character in ways that I didn't think would have happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like Dinky because she's cute, and I've seen a number of different fan fictions that just make it work really well, and comics, like
And
Derpy
animations.
trying to get home for Christmas and things.
Yeah.
For Dinky, who's putting up all the Christmas decorations, and it's like, aww.
That's adorable. I found the question. It's actually from Kayla. Kayla Del Rose. She asked, what got you, Chris, into being a therapist? Take the short answer. Dropping the bomb. I have been heavily bullied. Like, a lot. And not just in the school front, but also in the home base, as they say. So I was very messed up, at least in being not able to be mentally, emotionally stable. So I had a lot of issues. I didn't do anything bad, but I kept a lot to myself, and I easily started crying or running away from stuff. And yeah, bullying, that messes up anybody. So the first thing I wanted to do was trying to become a teacher so that I can stop bullying. But I found out by going with that education that I wasn't able to do it, because when I saw people bullying, I wasn't allowed to run in and stop it. So that basically space jumped me into depression. And so that didn't work. I knew that, okay, I can't be a teacher. And it went some more couple of years where I needed to work with myself. And I found out there is something called a nature therapist that we have here in Norway that focus on homeopathy and the therapy, normal education. So it helps not just to look at your mind or in your social gathering, but it's also looking into what you're eating, what your habits are, and everything else, of course. And I found out this is something I can actually focus on because I also have ADHD and autism and dyslexia. So I have a lot of issues when it comes to learning stuff. And for some reason, I was able to follow in class. I was able to get things in my head. And I then found out, okay, this is something I can do. And that's how I was able to finish and become a therapist. But I also found out that I can't be a full-time therapist because I still have the trouble about I have trouble putting a pause on the I care about you button, so that didn't go well for my mental. So yeah, now I mainly use it for emergencies or to help myself heal. So yeah, it might be selfish, but I try to help when it's needed. But if I ever get strong enough mentally, I might go into that type of thing. But for now, I am not able, and I really enjoy and flourish, as they would say, when it comes to voice acting, because it's actually something that has not stressed me at all, which is very surprising for me, since usually everything stresses me, like to a big degree. But this is not. So I kind of found what I am able to do, and then I can always do therapy on the side. So I'm very happy about that. Sorry for the long answer.
Perfect. Ow.
I do remember how excited you were when you came up first time.
Yeah,
Oh,
adrenaline.
It was so adorable. It was so adorable.
Yeah, I don't remember if I kept my feet on the ground because I had so much adrenaline. I felt like I was like on a jumping rope on a trampoline.
Don't worry, you were. I'm pretty 90% certain that you were floating, but don't worry, we kept you on the ground.
Last year, there must have been a delicious pie nearby. The scent was keeping you aloft like
Oh,
a
yes.
cartoon character.
Yeah, it's the Disney condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
but
guess you'll likely be making that noise too.
Ooh.
Is that pie I smell? Is it apple or is it blackberry?
Strawberry.
I didn't tell the difference between apple and
Strawberry.
blackberry.
I'm capable of
Pretty
making
wide range of
huckleberry.
flavors, my
Apple or
friend.
huckle? I think it's huckleberries. We have a whole bunch of them. And see, my house is in a open field, big on top of a hill, and there's a section of woods that got cleared, and now grows. I think they're called huckleberries. They're just basically like blackberries, but really big and juicy. I can make pies with those. I also have a grapevine and raspberries that grow underneath it, so make a raspberry pie.
I've summoned pie, brother.
Excellent, brother.
I'm sorry, but that looks like the one in front of me kind of looks like a dog bowl. Is
Which one?
that bad?
It's a chocolate one.
Fair enough.
I almost thought it was pecan pie without a lid.
No.
Oh, pecan pie.
Hey, I don't mind eating my pie out of the dog bowl. Don't mind at all.
Who was the one that likes pie a lot? My pie.
Make it like that. Don't know why you would, but some do. Well,
It's a
pecan
lot
pies
of
usually made
pecans.
like that.
Yeah, pecan pie usually doesn't have a crust, is what I think you were getting at.
No, it
Like
has a crust,
on
it's just
top.
not on the top.
Yeah,
Not
Yeah.
that,
not on
yeah, just
top.
not that high. It's usually level or lower.
Maybe it's a overfilled pie.
Very.
I think crust is like half the flavor of a pie.
It kind of is. I love
I think
crust.
like
on
Like
pie.
everybody
pie.
likes to gloss over the crust in favor of the filling, but no, you gotta have a good crust if you want a truly scrumptious pie.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a
Let's say-
sandwich. The bread is an important component.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to pies, I always take like the end crust off, that extra thing that's always around the edge, because most of the time they're dry and crummy, and I don't like it. So.
Just mix that
Well,
into the
that's
center, my
because-
friend.
That's because you failed to construct it correctly.
It's literally the same way with pizza, where I eat the middle and I just throw away the crust.
I would have to agree with him. I don't like the like end crust
Unless it's
9
cheese
times out of
filled.
10.
Unless
Oh,
it's
crust is
stuck.
great.
Yeah, the crust is fantastic.
Yes, awesome.
You have to, I mean, granted, you have to make sure that the crust is actually good when you create the crust, but still.
Yeah, like a good thing to have it with it is garlic oil, garlic butter. You ever had that?
For the pie.
Pie?
A pizza.
On a pizza pie. Okay, that makes
Pizza pie,
sense.
got it.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on, what?
Are we talking about pizza or pie? Well, we're talking about both,
I mean-
actually.
Both, technically.
If you had a
Oh.
savory pie, there might be somewhere that works.
Oh, look, strawberry cheesecake,
Shepherd's pie?
I think.
Oh,
Well,
well, shepherd's pie is
cheesecake.
crust.
Yeah,
Yes, that's my most
Like
favorite thing in
mincemeat
the
pie,
entire
maybe.
world.
Chicken pot pie.
Ooh,
I'll take a plain cheesecake over any dessert. I don't even really eat desserts in the first place, but it's always going to be cheesecake that wins.
Salted caramel
New York.
cheesecake.
Just plain.
I just like it New York style.
Yeah. I could never tell the difference between regular cheesecake and New York style, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay, New York style typically doesn't have a back. Like there's no crust back typically, and always has strawberries on the top.
I want strawberries now. Wow.
I usually
I love
just get my
strawberry. I can't help you.
cheesecakes as strawberry cheesecakes anyway, so I guess the only thing I didn't notice was the fact that the back crust was missing.
No, it's really good.
Do you want to know a weird fact?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, I'm probably gonna quote this wrong, but strawberries. So berry makes sense. It's a berry. The straw part turns out it's actually from a word that basically means to stew, because they'd make they usually make jams out of it and things like that. So they'd stew. It's actually a stew. Like you'd strew the berry. That's why it's called a strawberry. So it's actually, the way of cooking the berry.
Okay, I thought so.
Why not a blueberry?
No, I
Because it's blue. Sorry.
I actually tried to look this up because I actually remember hearing something about this. And technically, in a botanical sense, a strawberry isn't actually a berry.
I'm really glad that you and I were both thinking the exact.
I wanted to
same
look it up just so I
thing.
didn't.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that.
Like a strawberry isn't technically a berry, is it?
Yeah,
Like,
it-
I remember hearing that, and then I hear him typing, so I look over. And sure enough, he's typing, "Are strawberries berries?"
Well, yeah, because it has to do with like seed delivery. Because speaking of berry, wouldn't have the seeds just exposed all over the side like a strawberry.
Yeah, it
does.
has to be encased in the fruit, right? Like,
Yeah, the idea is that you eat it, and then when the animal drops it off, then it's fertilized and ready to grow into another bush of berries.
I mean, technically, that still happens with strawberries. It's just it's on the outside instead of the inside.
Yeah,
One
they are derived from a single flower with more than one, and this is in botanical terms, more than one ovary, making them an aggregate fruit. Okay,
So wait,
yeah.
that's cool.
strawberries aren't berries, and tomatoes are fruit.
Yes.
Yes,
So salsa is a smoothie.
Yes.
yes.
As
Yeah.
is ketchup.
Yes. One thing I want to say is that strawberries are, at least in the plant world, since haha, I'm coming from a plant family, it's actually categorized as a type of nut.
What?
Yes.
Ah,
They are classified as a nut when you're asking people because it's not classified as a berry. But the thing is, in Norway, they are called earth berries because they are berry-like things that come out of the ground. Because the thing about strawberries is that they are a slithering plant. It's a plant that basically stretches its leaves out and grows a new plant wherever it goes. So it's kind of like with bamboo that just goes on
Like
and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
I see a situation now where someone allergic to strawberries is offered one and then says, "Oh no, sorry, I can't. I'm allergic to nuts." I want them to respond like that.
Oh, please let someone do that. Wait,
Yeah.
so what is strawberry in Norwegian?
Jordbær.
Oh, that's completely different to German. Because we were talking about it earlier, and Visual Pony said it was also basically earthberry. So
Yeah.
that's why I was wondering if it was anywhere near. But no, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I think I'm just gonna stick my strawberry's name. Us Americans are pretty simple.
Well, when I think about it, we Norwegian have a lot of earth-based names for food. Earth apple, earthberry, you know.
Earth,
Earth apple, potato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
It's a potato.
Yeah, no, I know the French use that same colloquialism because it's called what is it, pomme de terre in
Yeah.
French, which is apple of the earth.
I feel like I should be insulted because I'm Irish.
Oh yeah, potato.
Yeah, that's
Potato.
I,
Your apples of the earth ain't nothing.
well, to lighten your mood, Midnight. In Norway, if you call somebody a potato, you're actually giving them a compliment because being called a potato means you have a lot of abilities. You are very multifunctional. It means that you're good to have around.
I'm gonna stew.
I would say being called a potato over here is not exactly very nice.
It's another over here. It's you might say it's another way to call someone an idiot.
Yeah.
No, usually it's like the term couch potato. So when you call somebody a potato, they're just like big and lazy and.
Well, that's
No
couch
better
potatoes.
than dirt.
But if I walked up and called you a potato, that's usually calling you either ugly or stupid.
Aww,
Or both.
sad.
Because
Go to
potatoes here
potato.
make French fries and chips and all that. And that's all fattening stuff. So not good for you. Not good.
Then
So,
you-
Not unless it's mashed potato.
Yeah, and even then we add like a bunch of stuff to it that doesn't
Or-
make it good.
Or you can just normally boil them, and then you can swash them together with root vegetables, maybe some meat, and other like cranberry on the side. That and
Cranberry.
yeah, Norwegian. We are weird.
Cranberry and potato.
Yeah.
I can see
You
that
know, you
happening
gotta send
because
me a dish and I'll make it.
Thanksgiving. Dude, have you never had cranberry sauce with your mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving with all the other stuff?
You know what?
I
That's
don't
a
eat
great
Thanksgiving
valid
dinners.
point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry
I
for
don't-
you.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
haven't
What?
celebrated Thanksgiving in going on 6 years.
Oh,
Okay. I have a
Mainly because
question.
I always worked. Huh?
Why do you Americans put marshmallows on your sweet potato?
Because it is a sweet potato and
Um,
marshmallows is mostly sugar. but it's kind of I can't really explain that one, but it is really good, and it's actually not
I
sweet
can
potatoes. We
explain
call
it.
it
It's
canned
actually
beans.
a lot more. It's a lot simpler than you might think. You want to know why? Because it's delicious. That's why.
That's all you need to know.
It turns out that's the answer to a lot of our food choices in this country.
Another thing to point out too, if in America we invented pragmatism, so we like to use pragmatism. So if we're eating it, it's probably just because it tastes good. There probably is a cultural reason behind it too, but it's more likely, oh, it tastes good. It's good enough for us.
That's why I'm sitting here drinking cinnamon Coke, which I didn't
Like,
even know existed until this morning.
Right. Another thing that we do over here that apparently isn't common over there, so I'm told, is iced coffee.
Yeah.
And part of the reason
Right
we
now.
do that is because the point of iced coffee, and you understand this better if you're a blue collar worker, is coffee is usually too hot when you receive it in the morning for you to drink it and use the caffeine prior to working. So rather than wait 30 minutes for it to become drinkable when you only have like 10 or 15, you get iced coffee because you're not drinking it for the taste at that point, you're drinking it for the energy boost. So if you're only drinking it for the energy boost, you just take a shot of cold coffee and you've got your energy boost.
It's becoming more popular, I think, over here, to be honest. But we also like our iced, like, cold teas as well.
I was about to
I
say,
do
if you
love
scroll up
cold
in this
tea as
chat,
well.
you'll see a picture of an iced coffee that I like.
Oh yeah, that one that looks like an ice cream.
Well, I mean, that's whipped cream, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
saw
drink
that
coffee.
too. I was like,
Yeah.
what on earth? Why do you have to put sugar on everything?
Because
I say as I drink my hot chocolate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. If you go down south, sugar is on everything. It's so you get sugar in your tea, you got sugar on your sweet potatoes, you got sugar in your.
You have
even when we
sugar
make
on
our-
your sugar.
Yeah, we use brown sugar in sauerkraut. So
Also, Final Sight asked me what is turkey in Norwegian. Turkey in Norwegian is kalkun.
Oh, see you, Rose. Love you.
99.
Bye, Rose. Coffee,
gotta
coffee,
go
coffee,
make
coffee.
tacos. I just ate tacos. Man, a lot of related conversations we're having right now. Just ate tacos and drinking iced coffee.
I had a
Perfect.
Sunday dinner tonight, which Sunday roast. Oh, wow, that's huge.
Oh, you actually pulled the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks
I can
delicious.
actually make all of that except for the coffee portion because I ran out of coffee. I have the mason jar, the hot chocolate, the whipped cream, not the hot chocolate, the chocolate syrup, and the whipped cream. And it's not the straw though. The straw's metal.
I don't think that's a straw. It looks like a spoon.
It's a
metal
straw. It's a metal straw. We also sell some of them in Norway.
Oh no, I don't. It just looked more like a spoon than a metal straw.
Ah,
So the spoons are never bent that much.
maybe she
Clearly-
didn't see it.
Clearly, you've never met me when I'm trying to get frozen ice cream out of a
Oh.
the car.
Well, usually I toss those away if that happens, but I usually have like a really thick spoon that can't be bent if you tried that. Plus, I also let my ice cream melt a little bit. I'm a little bit patient on ice cream. Like I said before, I don't
Blitz
think
has
it's that much.
a trick where you take the lid off of the ice cream carton and stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds. And that's actually extremely good at it. But I remember I broke they have these novelty spoons in the drawer that have like lightsaber handles on them, and I actually broke it just scooping ice cream with it.
Unsurprising.
Novelty.
It was not warm ice cream. I didn't see the point because I've never actually broken a spoon with ice cream, and I thought it was like a full metal spoon going through the handle. I was wrong. It's only metal up until it gets into the lightsaber. It's all hard. So I didn't know that. When I stuck it in, it's just hard, durable plastic, but not durable enough for ice cream, apparently.
So he's just like, oh, there's this cool little spoon. I'm just gonna scoop up this turkey and oh, okay.
Dirty milk we got here in
Sorry.
the States.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that Texan cream.
I
Be breaking your lightsaber, boy.
Oh goodness.
I'll block your shot. I'll block your AR-15 with my lightsaber. No, you won't, son. Throw some blue bell at that. Extinguishes the lightsaber. You best get running. Yeehaw!
Yeah.
sad that I'm not at home, so I can't loudly cock my firearm into the microphone.
I can do it for you.
uh,
It'll take me a second to run and get it, but yeah.
I just bend the metal spoon back eventually by scooping the other direction, if that makes any sense. So if I bend the spoon one way, I just bend it the other way using the ice cream. I get more ice cream.
Why not just get like an actual ice cream scoop, like what was meant for?
Usually, I only do it when when the ice cream scoop's dirty.
Get two.
Fair enough. We've all been there before.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but also take like 5 seconds to wash it and rinse it off.
Yeah, it's ice cream. It'll melt.
I don't want watery ice cream though.
So-
You don't.
Oh,
Try it. I'm impatient.
no.
Even
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not that
that's
impatient.
a picture of
I'm
the
an impatient wolf, okay? I need my ice cream.
What do you mean? It takes
That's the
a
mocha, right?
literal, a literal total of 72 seconds to get hot water, rinse it, and get something to dry it, and then start scooping.
It's
72
too long.
seconds.
Too long. I need my Ben and Jerry's fish food ice cream.
The time it takes for you to go and find a bowl for it would take longer.
30 at most.
Wait, I need to point something out too. Do you guys get Ben and Jerry's in Europe?
Yep.
Of course.
Oh no, because here's the thing: is that when we have a brand over here, because I actually grew up next to the state that we're founded in, so we had it everywhere, and it tended to be cheap, or we got a lot of the experimental flavors. I don't usually know which American brands outside of like really obvious ones are available outside of America. And I usually figure with ice cream, I figure you guys just had local varieties, so I don't usually think about like, oh, Ben and Jerry's. Oh, you have it in Europe. Oh, cool. Didn't know it was that big.
It's okay, Bluebell is still superior.
Like I like Bluebell because of its simplicity. I like Ben and Jerry's when I want something experimental, because that is what they're both good at.
That's
For
It's
me,
literally,
sorry, you first.
it's literally the only fish food that I like. Anything to do with fish normally, I do not like unless it's covered in cheese or ketchup. But Ben and Jerry's fish food, spelt with a PH, delicious.
One
Yeah,
of
no, we have that out here.
one of the reasons I like Ben and Jerry's is because they have the vegan option because I can't eat milk. So I'm happy for Ben and Jerry because they make ice cream I can enjoy without getting hurty-burty.
What's your favorite flavor?
Oh, that depends on my mood, but I'm very fond of the caramel actually, which is a bit surprising since I normally am not a caramel girl.
Oh, fair enough. If you
Noted.
want like a simple one from them, like Cherry Garcia was actually really good. The late night flavors are pretty good. Their Chocoholic is pretty good. Peanut Butter Cup is good. I haven't really been a fan of the whole brownie batter stuff they were experimented with. I mean, it tasted good, but your digestive tract doesn't usually react well to it, even if you can tolerate dairy.
High chocolate.
Yeah.
Probably, I think it died pretty quick because of that.
I think we can still get the brownie flavors over here.
Oh no, we have brownie flavors. This one had like some. They tried to make a brownie batter thing that they. Yeah, obviously it's not meant to be cooked, but it's meant to replicate it. And when I initially tried it, who knows, you might still be able to get it. I haven't looked for it in a while.
Kind of like cookie dough.
I have to hope they
brownie.
changed the recipe though, because at least for me, it just didn't agree with me.
Fair enough. I think you can still get it. I mean, there are quite a few things here that you can get that, well, sorry, many things in America you can get here, but they will be slightly different either way because we have different regulations.
Yeah, like,
I tried, when I was in America, for Everfree, I tried a few things that I thought I recognized, and I turned around and went, I do not like these. I can't remember what it was, but I just was like, no. This
Well,
is
an obvious one would be
You can still get brownie batter.
what is it? Mountain Dew, which is over here. It's just listed as a soda, whereas in the UK it's apparently yellow and labeled as an energy drink. Which in America we would never think of Mountain Dew as an energy drink.
yes,
But it has caffeine.
That's an energy
Well,
drink version.
Yeah, there's an energy drink version of it, Kickstart. is pretty good. Amp
Yep.
was also owned by them, but if I ask for an energy drink and you give me a Mountain Dew, I'm not gonna accept it as an energy drink.
Mhm.
I'm like, this is a soda. Caffeine.
What is this degeneracy?
What is this
What is
degeneracy?
Mountain Dew? That's not an energy drink. That's just a treat.
Basically, yeah.
Well, now it's just everybody's water, but it replaced water.
If you go to Taco Bell, yeah.
Baja Blast.
The Taco
Yeah.
Bell exclusively for Baja Blast. That's why.
Not anymore. You
Yes.
can buy it in a bottle. Taco
We
Bell
don't-
literally
But it's-
bought.
We
It's like
don't
a
have
diff-
Taco Bell.
Sorry,
Nah.
You don't have Taco Bell.
Sprite
no.
McDonald's.
I hear what you mean. Something I do find kind of weird is this is just something I noticed that's kind of silly. Is that when it comes to U.S. food chains, when European friends are visiting, they'll have like skepticism about American food, and then suddenly they'll be like, "Oh my God, guys, there's a Taco Bell or KFC," and we're like, "Really? That's really?"
That's what surprises you, is it?
Yeah. Final site. Kinder eggs have been legal in the U.S. for several years now.
They're
Really
delicious.
Kinder
bought
eggs?
one several years ago
They
in a
were-
restaurant that just had them on sale.
I don't know what they were thinking about the Kinder eggs. Oh, let's just put a toy inside something kids are gonna eat.
It was like a bureaucracy red tape thing with a little toy that was in it.
Guys, it should be hazard. Well, maybe don't inhale the whole thing.
Well-
Crumbs.
Here's the thing. It was in the past that the actual entire lid of that thing came off. And I remember as a kid putting it in my mouth to help me open the actual thing. The thing is though, they were giving it literally says do not give to under 3-year-olds. So I think the child that did have I think there was 2 children I think who had problems were actually under 3. So it wasn't even Kinder's fault because Kinder's like, hello, we said don't give it to 3-year-olds and you're giving it to under 3-year-olds.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not
but
our
you gotta understand the legal system and how America works with like companies. Like you can have a company that puts all these warning labels on something, but parents aren't really exactly good parents these days, and they'll just give it to the kid anyways and be like, "Hey, company, why did this choke my kid? It's not for kids." And then the company's like, "Well, we told you so." But the guy's gonna go, "Oh, we're gonna sue you anyways," and the law goes, "Yeah, he choked on your product, pay him," and then they get rid of it. So.
But that's not just a U.S. thing. That's a Western world thing. The only place where you don't get in trouble for that is like, I don't know, do you live in Russia or India?
I haven't heard about anything like that happen in Norway though.
In terms of like people have like the reason why the stupid stuff happens on like labels, if it exists on the label of the product, no matter how stupid it says or it sounds, they had to put it on there because someone, and it's usually only one person, and there's usually an epic story behind it, was stupid enough to do it.
Yep.
And some of you really have to wonder why you really want to know what the story was, because on a mattress, it was like a memory foam mattress, it says, "Do not attempt to swallow."
On a mattress?
Yep.
Yes. On a full
What?
mattress.
I'm going to.
I don't know the
Swallow.
story behind it, but I want
50
to.
bucks says guy high on bath salts tried to eat it.
Wait, how? What?
You know,
Bath
we
salt?
do have the internet, you know.
I mean, yeah, we do, but like, sometimes there are like old laws on the book that are unenforced because someone passed them like 300 years ago, and when it was a big deal, and they just forgot to strike it from the books, or on product labels, someone was stupid enough to do something, so therefore they put a warning on there so that you wouldn't do it. Otherwise, oh hi Maddie.
Hello, Matt
Um,
Munchkin. Thank you for dropping
Sometimes they
by.
have to put yes. Other times they have to put the label on there because not because someone did do it, but because they imagine, oh wait, a drunk person might do this, so we may as well just put this label on here so the drunk person can't sue us.
Oh, did you
Like
also
preemptively.
on
Yeah,
this-
they'll do it anyway, but now they can't sue you because they said, hey, we told you not to do that, man.
Yeah. Also, a side note with mattresses, did you know it's illegal to remove the tag off of them?
I forget the
Yeah.
story behind that. Told me that. Someone told me the story for that, and I forget what it was.
Yeah, you remove the tag and the FBI just busts into your house and domes you right on the spot.
Right?
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not illegal for the purchasers to do it.
Yeah,
No,
it's
you can
illegal.
Buy a mattress.
I think it's illegal for the sellers to do it.
In Norway, it's actually also illegal to take the stuffy
okay.
off after you bought it. And to answer Maddie, we are now having a chill and chat stream, which is basically me trying to gather together people that know each other or semi know each other to just relax and have a chat between friends. And it's I usually plan this hopefully 2 weeks in advance so that the people who are in the chat will know each other and hopefully be able to relax when the stream comes along. So it's open for mostly anybody as long as they can keep it family friendly. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask in chat. But you already did, but you know.
What's happening here? A lot of stuff.
Fun
What
stuff.
questions?
Anything and everything, nearly.
Yes, everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
If you don't mind me adding a different subject, because I just remembered a weird thing that resulted in an interesting story.
Go for it.
So I was doing some crazy. I
Oh
was
my
driving
gosh, she
across
followed
the US for the second time because I just gotten a new car. It's my current car, and I was driving it back down to Texas. My parents had to help me get it, so I had to buy it in New Hampshire and drive it down to Texas. As I'm about to swing by, believe it or not, Solar's house, because I was coming to get him for a little vacation. We have really interesting weather in the U.S., especially Texas, which the only consistent thing about Texas is how inconsistent Texas is and unpredictable. But we're known for having really epic thunderstorms, like where the sky like changes to freakish colors and whatnot. Like I've yet to see the sky turn green, which is a good thing because that's like tornado is imminent color. But there was one time I was driving along this highway crossing into the Texas border, or going into Texas, and there was this giant wall of cloud going from all the way up the highest atmosphere all the way down to the ground, and lightning was shooting out of it even at ground level. And then the interstate turned, and then me and everyone else on the highway in a giant convoy flicked our lights on, and we're driving literally through a thunderstorm that apparently was miles high and going straight through the ground. Like lightning was striking all around us, and it was awesome.
Should have recorded it.
Felt like I was in a sci-fi movie, or I was doing the Death Star trench run, but with lightning instead of lasers.
Nah, you were in Storm Chasers. You just didn't know it.
Of course I knew it. Texas is Tornado Alley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Funny,
I want to move to Texas.
I didn't have thunder and lightning, but I had. I was on my way to what's it called? To the holiday house, and it was really dark, really dark. Moon was out and everything, but we had to pass through a lot of countryside, and all around us was just fog, like on the ground. You could barely, you couldn't see the ground at all. All the fields were just. It was really spooky. And then I look up, and the moon is blood red.
I
like-
see. This is the time where I have my Lady Week. Got it. Ah.
No more. Something bad's about to happen. Something is so bad about to happen.
Oh.
But
Experience
nothing really happened. But horror movie vibes.
Yeah.
You want to see why I don't wake up in the morning? Ever?
But you're awake now.
This ain't the morning.
Ah.
the morning. No.
Not that.
Yeah, I wake up, but not in the morning. Let's see if I can find it. It's an oldie. So the reason why I don't wake up in the morning is because it take me a second to find this. It's old.
I see Bones is liking my word for the female pain week. Lady Week.
You mean Shark Week?
Yeah, I think somebody calls them that too.
Call it here. Bliss calls it that.
I remember someone saying the Vikings are coming or something at one point.
Well, that works too. It's a lot of pain, it's a lot of blood, and you regret it afterwards.
The Vikings are coming, and I am Christian.
Run! Fly, you fool!
I know what this means.
Hide your potatoes!
Where, oh, where did I lost this picture? Here we go.
Yeah, Matt Munchkin is also calling it Shark Week.
Shark.
Isn't that because of the shark brain is looking like the female organ?
No,
Yeah.
it's blood in the water, literally.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Or I'm clothed for maintenance.
Nice.
Quite right. That
Uh,
sounded right.
yeah.
That's a map, not
So-
photos.
Want to know something funny?
Yeah.
I always laugh, but one time, and it's not only once, but one time, I was mistaken for Mad Munchkin.
What?
I'd believe it.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why, but yes,
Maybe,
see.
maybe,
I was honored. But
You
I
somewhat
don't
sound like her.
Probably.
yeah,
You sound like her.
people confuse the Irish and Scottish quite often.
I mean, there's a bit of a twang. Like if you listen to them enough, then you don't really get confused anymore because there's a slight twang to it.
Mm.
Kind of like how if you listen to like if you listen to enough like American accents, then you'll instantly be able to tell where someone grew up. Like I can tell the difference between someone who's from Georgia and someone who's from Texas, for instance.
What do I sound like I'm from?
I don't know, like I'm not 100% sure, but I'll.
Where's Science from? He sounds like he's from the same area.
He mostly grew up in Florida.
Mm.
I can believe it.
No.
Is it? All I know is that the most neutral accents here come from Nebraska, which is also why most call centers are located there.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I was born and raised in Georgia until I was 16. Then I came up north to Pennsylvania.
West
Ah.
Philadelphia,
From
born and
Pennsylvania.
raised. Okay, sorry. I have
I-
music brain. Okay, I start doing silly stuff.
Yeah.
What's new?
Wait, yeah, actually, Chris, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What in Norway? What would your accent? How would people react or call your accent?
Jarsk.
Yes, accent.
Basically, my dialect would be called Randabergsk, or it would be called Jarsk, which is basically no, not yak. I'm not a yak. Jarsk.
Just the yak. Okay, that could be interesting.
Yeah,
Ah,
suddenly
okay.
I need a yak OC. Okay. But basically, I am living on the west southern parts of Norway. So it would mean that it's namely named or commonly named Jæren, which is kind of ironic since jær is basically the yeast you use in baking. So I would say that they would say that I have a Jærsk dialect, and it's because I on my R's and I have more of a fluid talking type of thing. But of course, when I get nervous, I start stuttering and stuff. But that I normally don't do, as far as I know. But if you what you guys called cowboys or sorry for being mean, but yeah,
Westerners.
That's adorable.
Them there Texans.
There you go. Those who talk like that, that type of dialect. Basically, if you have the same dialect but talk Norwegian, you're getting what we are calling a trønder, which live up in Trondheim. They are talking trøndersk. So
Okay.
you can have the same dialect, but you just talk Norwegian, and bam, you're speaking fluently trøndersk dialect, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, I grew up with Michigan Midwestern for the first 9 years of my life, but then moved to New England. So, I suppose the difference is Midwest is very neutral. we also call it the newscaster accent because a lot of people in speaking positions will pick people with that speaking style because it's neutral and easy for a lot of people to understand.
In today's news,
Essentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But then I went to New England where everything is slightly pronounced some things a little bit differently, but the language is a little bit colder. That's not meant to be like a pun or anything. It's just but it's more like the language that we speak up there is like brief, direct, and very to the point. Speaking style. Some of the words have a slight inflections. Like we don't really have like a French element to it, although we are directly south of Quebec. But yeah, no, it's like that. We also have, in a weird way, in the U.S., we have an accent that is not particular to any region. Like, for instance, there is such a thing here as the military accent.
Ooh.
You can tell if someone's been in the military for a long time because there actually is the particular accent. It is not local to any location. It just means they were just in the military for a long time.
Yeah, it's because you had
From all
to
the
scream
yelling.
a whole bunch.
from all that yelling.
It's neutral, orderly, very concise.
Don't say any more words that are necessary in order to get your point across. Yeah, no, I was born, raised, and grew up in the yeehaw capital of the world.
I am sorry!
So,
Wish I was.
I didn't
Oh,
mean
great.
anything by it.
Anyway.
No, you're fine. Like I currently live in the yeehaw part.
yeah, no, we're both in the yeehaw capital of the world right now.
What's the
It's
yeehaw
great.
capital of the world?
I'm-
Yeah, Houston or Dallas?
Nope.
Oh.
Texas.
I'm just gonna go and hide
Oh.
now.
Well, that reminds me of what I grew up with back in Michigan.
Yes. So you put it on the stream. That picture is exactly what I have to wake up to anytime the sun starts rising.
It's just a cloud.
Wonderful.
No, look, that's not a cloud. That's a
It's just
tree.
kaiju.
Is it a tree? Have you climbed it
tree.
yet?
I
No,
was
it's a very.
fixing to say, like, if it was a cloud, he wouldn't wake up to it every single
I
morning.
mean-
that would be honestly a lot more alarming.
Yeah, that would probably be more like a fire at that
Then
point.
it would
But
be moving.
I mean, I had this for a couple days in twice in Michigan. It was fun.
Also, Zephyr the Magic Dracoon asks, Film Shot, what is your favorite type of fish to eat? Ooh,
Catfish fried
Ooh.
in peanut oil, covered in corn batter.
interesting.
Good man. Speaks my language.
Can we extend this to everyone else? Because I actually do enjoy fish too.
Yeah.
I think
Make
the
sure you
fish.
add a little bit of lemon.
I think the only fish I eat is sushi, or the
Oh.
variations of sushi.
I don't even eat sushi. Ugh.
Like
Oh.
a true Texan. Well, I was raised in
Love
Georgia next to Alabama.
I love sushi. I do need to try some fried catfish at some point. But
Please do.
the best fish I ever ate was, you have to be in Canada or Michigan to actually try this, from what I understand. It's look, that's what I had that a couple nights. It's a fish called walleye. Was
That
better
sounds
caught in the Great.
For me, it's tilapia. Tilapia is really good. It's pretty common.
I mean,
You can fry it, you can grill it, serve it with lemon.
tilapia is pretty versatile, but it mostly absorbs the flavor of what you put into it. Like, mind it, I do like using it for various things because you can technically use it for anything. I've noticed.
Yeah, no, it's great.
For walleye though, or perch. Perch is like walleye but smaller.
Oh, I forgot. Actually, there is one real fish that I will eat, and I love tuna.
Oh.
Tuna. Oh, that's
Now,
my
is
favorite
this
sushi
canned
flavor.
or freshly caught?
I've actually technically never had proper tuna. I've only had tuna out of a can.
Sweetie,
I mean, tuna's tuna.
sweetie, you need to come to
Oh, there's
Norway
a
so I
difference.
can fish you a tuna that you can eat.
Do you know how big one tuna fish is?
Okay, I am talking about real tuna. I'm talking about the tuna that has lived in the water, not has been breeded on the farms.
That's what I mean. Do you know how big those things?
Yeah, no, that doesn't change the point.
So I'm just imagining Crits being like, watch this, y'all. I'm gonna catch
Yeah,
the
the
tuna.
fish is almost as big as she.
I Okay, guys. When I was the first time I went out on a fishing boat, I couldn't walk because my dad wanted me to be a fishing girl. That didn't work very well because I got scared when the fishy was killed. But I still had to go on the fishing boat. Meh. So I know how heavy they can be, but I also know there are smaller versions, you know.
Yeah.
And Chris is surprisingly good at outdoorsy stuffies.
I know how to survive.
Yeah. We joke that she could teach us how to hunt.
Well, I can.
Oh,
That's my truck.
my truck struck. I'm really sad I can't rack my 12 gauge right now.
Oh, that's what it is.
You want me to do it for you?
Yes, please.
Add to
let
the
me go
effect
get it.
I can't do it and you don't keep weapons in this house. You're not a true Texan.
I'm fixing that. Don't worry.
Excellent.
Well, you know, depending on what you call a weapon, do you mean a pew pew or do you mean a slash slash?
I mean pew pew because a slash slash is not a true weapon.
It is a true
It's an
weapon.
improvised weapon at best.
No, that's a pling pling. That's a
We
pling.
advanced our race by throwing rocks, and we're gonna keep advancing it by finding more and more complicated ways to throw sharper and harder rocks.
Until we develop lasers, then we'll just shoot lasers.
And then we'll just bend the sun at people.
Yes.
So we all become celestials?
I mean,
I wanna
or
be
we can just, or we all have a portable Death Star. I like that one.
Portable
I know
Death
it's
Star.
called a magnet.
No.
We used it on.
No, don't do that. That's mean. So
Time to cleanse the infestation with the power of the sun god. Horus to me.
So which one of you wanted a shotgun rack?
Oh, this one.
Yeah,
Aha.
excellent.
I also want to tell you guys, we are about 15 minutes left of the stream, unless you people find out that you want to continue, of course. But officially, there's 15 minutes left. Just so you know.
It's fine. Fishing is one of those activities that I just kind of like to do because it's a zen activity where ideally you're in some pretty nature and you just get to chill out and hang out with friends on a boat. I've also gone pontooning, which is the same thing but not fishing.
I have a pontoon boat.
I mean, you can't fish while you're pontooning.
I mean, yeah, you can. It's just a. Well,
It's just
yeah,
a torch on the
I
water.
should be very. My grandfather's pontoon didn't have any fishing racks because he had like a dedicated fishing boat, so he usually separated the two.
Oh, I got a pontoon. I'm actually looking at it right now.
Pontoon, but we'd go fishing off of it. We'd also, just grill off of it and stuff too. It's a good time.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
I also used it to. Honestly, we used it for everything. Used it to go water skiing and.
No, probably the.
shooting.
I have never done it in New England itself, even though it would be pretty because scenery. I have done it in Michigan. At first, initially, I was curious about doing it in the Great Lakes until I found out how utterly horrifyingly terrifying the Great Lakes are when it comes to sinking ships.
Mhm.
Which Great Lake did you go
Just-
to?
Across the Great Lakes.
Oh no, they called it they called Lake Superior Gitchigumi, which literally means like the frigid fingers of death or something like that.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, that's what the Native Americans called it. And when it was renamed into English, we called it Lake Superior, and there was a good reason we named it Lake Superior.
Yeah, probably because fingers of death, not so great for tourism.
Well, yeah, no, the sailors who sail on those ships basically acknowledge, yeah, Lake Superior can the Great Lakes, and especially Superior, it can just kill you when it wants to.
Guys!
Whatever, you just accept that.
Guys! My dearest is in
Well,
the
my-
chat.
I'm going to die.
Oh, hello to
It's Jay Sunlight. Sollise. That's my dearest. Hi-oh.
and if I just call him Jay for short.
Yeah. That's okay.
Awesome. Hello, Jay. It is nice to meet you.
Hello. Got it.
Hello, Mr. J. Welcome to the fray.
We were talking about. Oh yeah, he's aware that we were talking about fish. Excellent.
Yes.
Believe it or not, I actually do like some of the canned fish that we apparently get from Norway. Like, King Oscar is my favorite brand of sardines, and I also like to buy kippers.
Keepers?
Yeah, canned kippers.
Can I get a picture?
Wait, a picture of like the product as I would find it on the shelf, or a product of the fish itself? A picture of the fish.
Both, maybe, or maybe just the fish. I, my.
It says herring.
Oh, herring.
Kipper,
Okay.
A kipper is a whole herring, a small oily fish split into a butterfly fashion. Oh, it refers to a certain way that a herring is prepped. Okay. They say it's kippered, so into a butterfly shape, and butterfly fashion from tail to head, along with dorsal ridge, gutted, salted, or pickled, and cold smoked over smoldering wood chips, typically oak.
Oh.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
And he said that when you fish tuna in Norway, if you're lucky, you won't hook a 300 kilos one, because you
that's
can.
kind of what. Yeah, no, that's kind of what me and Solar were talking about. Is that like they're huge, but if you find one, if you catch just even a few of them, you basically don't have to work anymore for the rest of the year. They're that valuable.
Also, probably don't have to worry about eating for the rest of the year either, given how much you can harvest off of them.
Right. I would rather sell it.
Yeah, I know. Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Yes, brother. Sorry, Chris. I just there was a pause in my on my end, so I didn't think I was cutting you off. I only noticed that after. Sorry about that.
Absolutely no worry. That's I accidentally do that stuff too, and it's Discord. That's how it goes. It would be a lot better if I were able to come to a con, and maybe we could do like a live stream with a camera, and people would be sitting around the table. That would have been fun if people are comfortable being on the camera.
Count me in on this if you decide to do it, if you don't mind.
Yes. Of course.
We're in a stream. Sorry.
Huh? Sorry. I would be honored to have you both and whoever. Well, of course, not too many, because then nobody gets to talk. But yay! Thank you. I'm not used to people actually want to join the stuff I do, so thank you.
Oh, I love being a part of your stuff, though. It's fun. That's why I came back again.
Aww. Thank you.
I'm gonna be allowed to click.
I'm curious, Aeon, or the other two as well. Have you guys ever thought of coming to? Because I don't know if Chris would ever be able to go to America. So would you guys be able to come to Galacon? Or be interested?
I would be interested. I have thought about it. I also do have a friend who lives in Germany that would be worth visiting as well. Oh. Assuming it's still in Germany.
It is.
Okay, cool. Because I don't know how frequently, like, I've never been to Galacon, so I don't know how frequently it moves.
Oh, it doesn't move.
It
hasn't for a long time. It's stayed in Ludwigsburg. I think even in the same venue for the most of the time.
At least it's been in the same the 2 years I've been there. And
GermanyCon?
GermanyCon.
Welcome to Germany, GermPonyCon. Remember to social distance.
Yeah.
And just to answer Jay, my dearest, yes, I can go to the States, and I was there a few years back, but right now I think they're mostly referring to like Corona and, of course, having the funds to go over. Because the plane ticket costs a lot.
Yeah. I want to point out, I once looked at flight tickets to see, okay, well, I know a few people who live in, like, say, England. So I'm just like, okay, how much is a ticket to go to England? And I want to point out, there are other European countries I can fly to that are magnitudes cheaper than this, but I was nearly, like, jaw-dropped when I saw a round-trip flight ticket within a reasonable amount of time from pretty much anywhere in the States to London was, like, over $2,000.
Yeah.
And it was only... Yeah, the only reason I could get a flight cheaper is if I got it oddly enough, through Norwegian Airways, and I would have to buy the ticket 8 months in advance to make it under $500 for the ticket.
Yeah, whenever
Mm.
whenever I went to Everfree, I noticed very quickly looking at prices and things that going to America is technically cheaper for me, but if any of my friends or wanted to come over to me, it was usually over like it was double the price.
Yeah, I heard
Even in dollars. Like what the hell?
obviously, but I figured it had. From what I was told, it was something about how Heathrow Airport operates or something. There's something about it that makes it that expensive for some reason.
No, this is
It is
even
look-
to even to Ireland.
Even to Ireland, it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Well, I had plans to go to Japan back in October to visit. Thanks to COVID, I couldn't go. Ticket was $520.
The only other thing I would need to know is like, okay, awesome. I have now arrived in the UK, but how much money would I have had to have saved up for?
Right.
Obviously, we would have calculated most of this in advance because I'm not just going to go there without money. But the flight ticket alone would be one thing. I would then have to like worry like, okay, how much is the hotel?
which is food.
Food. That's another one.
Transport. If you're not
Well-
having a friend that can drive you or stuffy.
Doesn't the UK have like really good public transit?
Yes, we're quite good for transit.
Okay, cool. I'll just take a bus. I'll get an Oyster card and get on a bus.
I would suggest day ticket. Well, if you ever do land in Northern Ireland, I'll happily show you around and help with the hotel. Sure, but we don't have a con here.
Yeah, and
No.
if you ever come to Norway before I move, I have plenty of spare bedrooms and even a whole downwards basement apartment that friends that comes to visit can stay in, at least for a little while. And I can pick you up at the airport, and at least until we move. But when I move, I will not have a whole farmhouse
Yep.
to offer. So.
I'm at a whole farmhouse. I got 5 bedrooms, only one's being used.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, I'm alone.
Maybe I should plan a trip. I recently got dates that I could take off, so I could plan to go
Ooh.
over.
Yeah, if you
It's always.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that if you come to Norway, but like you don't have a choice. You're staying with me.
Okay, gotcha.
You're okay with this? I will bring the Blissy Boo.
Yeah, and you can of course
Yeah.
bring her husband as well, and SolarFlare if he decides to hide in the suitcase.
And
I'll just also yank Kayla and Dusky, but at that point we might have to get a hotel.
No, I think if you can share the twice people bed with your girlfriends, and of course I think Bliss would like to have with her husband, then it's like 2 people that does not have a significant other. So I think I would actually have enough beds. Yeah, I think I actually would, because I have 2 extra double beds and 2 extra single beds, and then we also have the sofas.
Oh.
I'm a farm
Nice.
girl. We have room.
we also have the floor.
And if we don't have room, we'll make room.
Yeah.
If you don't have
It's
that,
it's important to make that distinction because usually when I talk to someone who lives like over in Europe, 99% of them are like, "Oh, I live in a wonderful flat,"
yeah.
which I'm not like criticizing that. I'm just saying like I don't usually hear many European friends who like actually live in a house.
Ah.
I live in a house, so you wouldn't be able to come here. Sadly.
Yeah.
No room.
Plenty
Literally.
of room in my place for now. There's a bed, but they're not being used.
Quill is asking a question. If I ever fly to you, Chris, should I bring the shirt? No, because we agreed that when the series is done and dandy, that is when you give me the shirt of the thing that we have spoken about, which is one that Aeon might be joining, if he is interested. So no, you should not give me the shirt until the series is done. That was our agreement. Meh.
Alright, you heard it. No shirts at Chris's house.
No!
Not allowed.
Alright.
No! no, 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 no. We
I
are
missed that. What?
we're talking we're talking about the specific T-shirt that is basically the payment for me doing some voice lines for this guy about a Scottish. No, oh, I can't say stuff. Something Scottish. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, I was just gonna wear my jumpers instead.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
works.
know where your mind was going.
No, Aeon should not bring me an Amazon shirt. I do not want to be sponsored
Oh,
by
no.
Amazon.
Here's the funny part. Because I
Oh, this is a
participated in
smile.
peak season, they reward you by giving you a shirt because you're a veteran of that year's peak season. So I literally just got a free Amazon shirt.
Awesome. Well done, Final Sight. Are you sure you're not you sure you can't see in the future?
Final Sight is just the undercover Amazon guy, and he's deployed Agent Me to come and recruit you to take the Jeff Bezos deal.
If he actually let me bite off his finger, then maybe, but no.
Final Sight just cornered me in a bar with 2 robot employees saying, "You have an activated Amazon employee. Your mission from Jeff Bezos is to recruit Chris to be our sponsor."
I can sponsor
You have
them.
activated the recruitment program. Please acknowledge.
I just love how I turned that into like a cyberpunk thing.
Ah! Final 79. Thank you so much for following. Oh, this has been crazy, but I see we have actually 1 minute past our deadline or our agreed upon time of the stream.
Designated time of departure.
So my question is, I know for midnight it's very late, so I understand if she has to go, but I will ask you guys, do you guys want to stop or do you guys want to maybe go on for a little longer if you want to?
I can continue. Okay.
You're currently joined at the hip, so whatever decision he decides to make, I will likely be doing the same. So,
Avun?
sure, either way, so
Okay.
I'm having a good time.
I'm having a reasonably good time too.
Midnight?
I'll stay a little longer.
Yay!
I may have to disappear, but I'll stay a little longer. I haven't had much of a problem with volume, so I should be fine. And work will just have to put up with a bit of a sleepy me.
I'm always sleepy. Look at the profile.
Yeah, I don't think I can go on for as long as we did last week. That would be
Why not?
too. We went on for like several hours.
Chris!
What?
It wasn't long enough to qualify to qualify with the word several. Which isn't a problem. I had a lot of fun. That was a total blast, but I don't know if I could do that like again. At least not here or not today.
Fair enough.
It's just that when you have a good thing rolling, you don't really want to stop the snowball. You know? And
Until it crashes.
I did also tell them that if I got tired or if I couldn't continue, I would let them know. Like I saying right now, if I actually starts to get sleepy or something, I will stop. Yes, I spent half this Sunday sleeping at your place because I can actually sleep when I'm at your place. If I'm staying here at the farm, I don't sleep at the daytime. And you know that, sweetie. Wait.
Oh.
I didn't know this was D&D. Where's the D&D at?
I'm not used to having him here in chat. This is very nice, but I'm also at the same time very embarrassed. So, yeah.
Oh, you're fine.
Don't be embarrassed.
Don't
You're
be
good.
embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed.
See, I was
Now,
thinking
don't
if
be
he
embarrassed.
have to.
We are vibing, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
We got you covered. We got you covered on the embarrassing part. We'll do it ourselves.
Quill asks, I didn't know this was D&D. But no, it's not, as far as I know.
No.
Well, if we were D&D characters, what kind of class would your OC be?
Oh.
Depending which D&D you're referring to.
5th edition.
I don't know.
So-
D&D.
So wait, what was it? What class would we be?
Yeah, your OC.
Okay. Yeah, my character would technically have a backstory similar to being a warlock, but at the same time, his powers aren't really based off of a contract. Like, he was given powers from a contract, but they're not like based upon the contract. Like he's independent from his master in
Well,
that
I
sense.
imagine you could multi-class.
Okay, yeah. If that were the case, then maybe some odd multi-class between that and probably a wizard in terms of power level, because wizards kind of become like early in the game they're just kind of meh, but later in the game you're like, oh my god,
Late
I am
game
become
wizards are
death,
spooky, yeah.
destroyer of worlds.
Hmm.
For that time I got that gift I got in Josh's Curse of Strahd, where I could just cast Cone of Cold as a cantrip over and over again.
Free, just have fun.
Pretty good. Disgusting amounts of damage.
What about you, Solar?
Fighter. The answer is fighter, probably specific Cavalier.
Okay, nice. Midnight?
No idea. I haven't played D&D, and although I have had the classes explained to me a number of times, I've never been able to settle on one.
Okay.
So the answer is bard. Got it.
Hey!
I don't think she would have been a bard. I think
Same.
if I'm
Most generic class is human fighter.
yeah, that's sadly very popular, as they say. But since neither you or Filmshot know what kind of class you would be, I will try, as far as I know from your characters. Filmshot is quite technical, so maybe I think it's Artificer they're called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Artifice. Oh yes.
Yeah, because they are like
Artificer.
good at building stuff and a little technology and magic in the same bowl, and they are good at finding solutions to things. I hope that kind of fits you at least. And for Midnight, I would say she, even though she doesn't necessarily have healing magic, I would think she would be in the either sorcerer or cleric. Yeah.
That
Why
makes
not?
sense.
Fine soul sorcerer.
Porque de las dos.
That was like the closest to a D&D I ever had.
Oh, okay, maybe. Okay, so your Brown Pegasi OC film shot would probably be a type of fighter that is soldier background, as far as I can see from what you sent me. Sadly, I don't think all the script will look well on the screen, but thank you for showing.
Yeah.
For myself, I always like to say druid, but I don't think my OC would have been a druid because she doesn't have the annual perk.
I mean,
On a farm though, so it could be argued for.
Yeah, but it's OC, not myself.
Right. No, yeah, because I was gonna say another thing we would have to include if we were talking about you would be you have some cleric-y parts about you.
Aw, thank you.
Welcome. You're a healy tanky person, but
Yeah, I'm a
I don't know enough
paladin.
about your own.
I'm a paladin.
No, you seem more cleric-y to me. I don't know your
Hmm.
OC that well, so the problem is I can't make any other judgment based on anything else.
Yeah, that's
I would-
true.
I would agree. I would know Rosalia better than your pony OC.
Yeah, Rosalia would definitely be some kind of paladin, since she
I
is
would
the avatar of war.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Flitterker's.
I don't have much.
Bard.
Maybe. I'm not quite sure because I don't have much background for her yet. The only thing is that since I finally have my tuning mark, I can also say that the only specific thing she has is her talent, which is basically huggle sense. If anybody is in need or has a great wish to get a hug from somebody and are really open to have a hug, she will sense it and her wings will start to flap and she would just take off in ludicrous speed to deliver the hug. And then she would be like, okay, I delivered the hug. I need to get home. How do I get home? Because now she lost her ludicrous speed. So now she has to get home by herself. Ah!
Ludicrous speed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredibly wholesome.
Is
Thank you.
um
So I don't know how to
If-
put that in the character.
Somebody
I mean,
stop
past
this thing.
Pascal's bards exist. That seems like something a bard would do. Just
Sounds like a bard.
because not everything they do has to be around music, technically. Because
True.
like I remember, emotionally, Finn's character in Welcome to the Show kind of had this vibe going on. Like, yeah, he did it through music, but he was kind of just the like strict pacifist, emotional support guy.
Ah.
Run.
And he especially early on in the game, and I think for quite a few seasons, he explicitly never actually did any fighting. He was just the buff debuff guy, but he was incredibly useful for that. Because the only thing he wasn't good at is the one thing that everyone else was good at, which was fighting. So he would just hang back and start playing his instrument. What did he play? It was a string instrument. That's how I remember that.
Ukulele?
Lute.
It probably would have been a lute.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah, no, he
string
would just
instrument.
sit back
Oh,
and
wow.
playing his lute, just jamming out on his lute, helping everyone out.
Dude, magic lute.
Oh, vicious mockery will run angry duding.
Oh boy.
Emotional support bard.
Right.
What's this thing? Is that a noise? Oh, that's not a good noise.
So imagine if you had just like endless healing spells or healing potions, you'd probably just be dropping them quite a bit.
Yep.
Kind of do that with your meditation stuff.
Ouch.
So I know I'm nudging it heavily in one direction, but yeah, I would say that's a bardy thing to do.
Also, healing word. Hilarious.
Healing word, yes.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite spells when I play
Yeah, you're a bard.
spellcaster. Yeah.
Just
Well-
give you a Viking, a cute little Viking drum to beat your hooves on.
Yeah. Oh, that actually reminds me. I originally I applied for Fiora's Wednesday games where they play Fallout Equestria, and I actually made a Viking pony for that game, but they play in basically the middle of the night for me, so I'm not able to attend. So I have to go. I had to drop off of the queue line to join the game, but I still made the character, and I still have art of the character. So. I can probably show it. I think you remember it, Midnight. You watched the artist work on it.
Yeah, I did.
And for Aeon, her name will kind of jog his memory. Because he might know who the character is based on.
Let me see.
Her name is Nana.
Ah, okay. That looks pretty.
Yeah, she's. It's a bit hard to see because there's so much in the background, but
No,
her
I can
name
see it.
super. Her name is Nana, and the reasons why she has the Swedish colors on her is because her husband's colors were light blue and golden. So the backstory is basically that when they were out in Viking, she sadly fell off the boat with her stuff, and I know the classic, you get frozen in the ice, blah blah blah. I know it's not logic, but that was the only thing I could think of. And she now is
We're
one.
already a magic talking horse, so it's okay.
So now she's wandering the wasteland, just trying to spread the knowledge about the Viking pones, as I chose to call it, and trying to find an honor battle where she can die in battle so she can rejoin her family and her husband in Valhalla. So if you guys didn't guess already, Aeon, do you want to say her... I did say his name. Never mind. Or did I?
Ooh.
Did I say his name?
Whose name?
The husband.
I don't think so.
Do you know who it is, Aeon?
Half asleep right now, but I know I'm gonna beat myself in the head whenever I hear the answer because it'll be obvious after I hear it.
Don't worry, I'll beat you.
Thank you, brother.
Don't hit hard! Don't hit hard. Promise me you...
No!
No! No, 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 no. Don't hurt Aeon.
That's all right. He's from Texas.
Alright, hold still.
Okay,
We're joking, don't worry.
Okay, good. I'm legit. I am real scared for you. So please don't hurt my friend. Her
You're
name,
good.
the husband's name is Baldur.
Oh, yeah, okay. Um, I
Do
get
you?
that now because I have heard stories of Boulder having a wife, and I actually know a couple of them, and one of them is incredibly obscure. But I hadn't read that particular story for years,
Oh,
at least
it's
about 2 years.
yeah, it's a bit similar to one of the Greek stories about a poet and his wife that died. But basically, when Balder died from Loki tricking his blind brother to shoot him with a mistletoe arrow, Nanna basically dies of grief because she is so sad that her husband died, and she is what is become the goddess of loyalty.
Yeah, and also, something that people need to know about Boulder is that he was the thing universally loved by everyone and everything. So it was literally to the point where when they meet the goddess Hel, who rules a place called Hell, which is where the Christians got their name from it.
Yep.
Hey, I'll let him live again if everyone on Midgard and Asgard is like cries for him. Like if everyone in all the 9 worlds misses Boulder
Yeah.
that much,
Guess
bring
who
him back.
didn't cry?
Uh, well, here's the thing. Even in the myth, they tell you this is like they claim it was a giantess, but literally every myth says the giantess was Loki in disguise.
Yeah. Because of course.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. The thing is, Loki, eller Loke, as we say in Norway, he he does a lot of unnecessary mean stuff, but he also sometimes do good stuff. But he does a lot of bad stuff. To me.
But yeah, he's about as helpful as he is detrimental.
Yeah. So he evens it out.
Now, I have a copy of the obscure version of that where Boulder isn't exactly so heroic, and Hod is actually the one that you're supposed to sympathize with, but that one's more obscure and not in the prose at
Ah.
There's always
that one
another side
involved.
to the story.
There is, but it actually showed something impressive in that Hod is apparently capable of defeating Thor in single combat.
Wait, Hot like the wolf or someone else?
Hod.
I'm
The
confused.
blind warrior that Loki tricks into throwing the spear of mistletoe at Boulder.
Ah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I
Yeah,
mixed up the
apparently
name.
he was apparently powerful enough in a fight because he actually was listed as a god of warriors. And there actually is a part of that lesser known myth where apparently Hod was at the bad end of Asgard's interests, so he needed Boulder to succeed at something, but it would have involved a really, really bad deal for Hod. So Hod obviously must defend his own interests. He goes out, and then at some point, Thor charges out and tries to attack his followers, only for Hod to confront him. And at a crucial moment in the battle, Hod, with his sword, and I forget what its name was, strikes off the head of Mjolnir and forces Thor into retreat.
Oh.
Yeah, Hod was definitely not a pushover. And like they explain what the symbolism of him being the blind god means, but he was also an extremely powerful warrior god, and apparently strong enough to force Thor to scurry away from a battlefield.
Yeah, I don't think he likes that story very much. Haha.
So Thor wasn't really a good sympathetic character within that story either. Let's just say you wouldn't be rooting for him in that version.
I think I remember most of the story, so yeah. But one thing I'm very sorry I have to say this, but like even though the Marvel, they kind of made they kind of made a good story, but I really personally don't like what they did to the mythology. Me.
Yeah, no
It-
show
it's-
can get it right.
I mean, like, I understand that they had to twist it into like a comic thing, and they're very aware that this isn't real Norse mythology. I only get like a bit like slightly ranty about it if someone really does think that. You'll find some people who really don't know what they're talking about who think that the Marvel stuff is accurate, and it's like, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Not even close, because Loki isn't even Thor's brother for one thing. He's Loki's uncle. Freya is nowhere to be seen, even though she's pivotally important.
Yeah. And
She'd actually be a really good female superhero. I don't see why they did the femme Thor thing. They could have just said, "Why don't you just make Freya?"
yeah,
It would have been incredible.
Because they want to. I won't get into that.
Let's not. But
maybe because Thor was already popular, so yeah, let's make it female, make all the girls happy. Or boys happy. I don't know.
I personally
Excellent.
like Frog Thor.
that was fun. Nah, but then it ended up making no one happy, and I'm just sitting here like, dude, could have made Freya. That would have been incredible.
Yeah, that would have
She's
been
literally
awesome.
the goddess of femininity.
Yeah, and she is one of the characters. She's one of the she's the goddess that taught Odin about how to the Seder magic and how to see the future. But of course, Odin learned the runes from the knowledge. What did it call
The
it in
tree.
English? Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, sorry.
He hung from he hung from Yggdrasil and then drank from Mimir's well.
There you go. That's the water I was talking about.
And you have to sacrifice something to gain the wisdom because there's no such thing as wisdom you don't earn. That's why he gets rid of an eye.
Yeah, the left eye. Meh.
Yes.
That's
Because
Did-
right eye dominant.
more that the left eye is the female side of the body, and the female side is connected to the wisdom thing. So we had to sacrifice something from that side to gain what is from that side, if that makes any sense for you.
Sort of like there was an interesting esoteric thing I heard from a scholar. You probably wouldn't have heard of him, but he wrote an amazing. Well, you might have heard of him. He wrote an amazing book. He was born in Canada. His name was Manly P. Hall. I'm not kidding you. That really was his name. He was born in like 1902 or something.
Mm.
Grew up in rural Alberta. The interesting facet of Odin that most people don't know about is in Indo-European mythologies, such as Norse mythology, Odin is always an emulation of something. So the Odin that hangs from a tree would have been Odin as man ascending to God, whereas then there's the different versions of Odin where he always is and always was like All-Father. Then there's the ultimate All-Father that he was always aspiring to pursue and was kind of emulating the whole time and was considered the true origin of the runes. They referred to that one as All-Father of the Rhine. And
Okay.
and it could have had many names, but they called it of the Rhine because the symbolism of the Rhine was that it was the metaphor of the river or the vastness of the infinite universe kind of thing. So when they called him All Father of the Rhine, that was like All Father of all creation, or Jehovah to Christians, Atum to Egyptians. That was the true immortal Sky Father that the head god is actually emulating. So that's why there are technically multiple All Fathers who are also technically the same All Father, and that is where the runes came from. When you get a little challenge when you meet him too post-mortem, you do have that gold and Varanot ring around your finger, and you have to figure out what you're supposed to do with it in front of him. If you get it right, then congrats.
To put it like this, you want to get it right.
Yeah, I'll help you along even further. The ring was never yours.
So yeah,
hint.
this is your free lesson in Norse mythology. You're welcome.
Dying glorious battle. This will really help me a lot.
That was actually another misconception that this scholar I found too was the way to get it. He noted that in many myths, the way to get into Valhalla wasn't necessarily always to get into battle. Was essentially, I know this might sound a lot more simplistic to some people, but you essentially just had to have Odin like you, because he references how there were multiple myths where like battle was kind of just an easy way to possibly impress Odin, or a metaphor for facing the struggles of your life could make you someone worthy of Odin's attention. There are multiple people listed as being residents of Valhalla who were not warriors and certainly never died in battle, such as Bragi the Bard.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, hey, just get buddy up with one of the gods, and then in the afterlife, like, hey, I got you, fam. You were my best good friends in life. Now let's chill in my hall.
Yeah, or Guys? Hello?
Live again.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we heard you the whole time.
What?
Sounds pretty low. You try plugging it in again. Go on, dog. Go.
Is the stream back again?
Check the loading screen. Let me reload. Reloading.
Hello?
Ditto.
Two.
You just faded out.
Ah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Just
boy.
missing.
I hear a voice. I see no stream. Oh boy.
Oh, there's people talking.